Next, we welcome the first negative constructive speech within 8 minutes.
Before starting my speech, I will share my roadmap, disadvantage, negation, topicality. Disadvantage, negation, topicality. In this order, may I? I will start now. Disadvantage, ASAP point uniqueness. 1. Under status quo, thanks to voluntary voting, people show their will and opinions by not only usual vote, but also abstention or blank vote without pressure. 2. For example, they can rely on others to make political decisions by abstention. Then, they use the time for something more important for them, like working, family time, rather nothing to do, and so on. This is just a comparison of each individual, in which no one should intervene but only should respect. Visa point linkage. 1. The fast linkage. After plan, people are forced to go voting. This deprives them of happiness, physically and mentally. Physically, they must spend their time and money for transportation, collecting political information, and so on. And mentally, they have to imagine those burdens and become nervous. 2. Second linkage. However, there is no proof that outstanding change or results occur for government, policies, and our daily lives for all people in Japan. CISA point impact. 1. The fast impact. Citizens' dissatisfaction occurs just by introduction. Therefore, 100% happiness is violated by 100% possibility. 2. The second impact. Citizens disappointed for no visible change or revolution by their enforced vote. Rather, they think their votes or effort is meaningless. Then, people start voting without paying the cost for collecting information or thinking deeply. 3. Decision rule. Affirmative must show absolute advantage to overturn the above concern. Why we have to involve all people, even though after the election, no clear answer or return for all individuals is delivered. Otherwise, all affirmative proposal is not for happiness for all people, but must be for specific groups, which is totally same as affirmative mentioned in their inherency. So their plan is, at most, just shifting unhappiness from people in inherency to people in uniqueness. Then go to negation. Negation is a point analysis of resolution. 1. When we look at today's resolution, we can see that there is a set of words, that is, in national elections. 2. This also should have a unique or important meaning when we examine resolution, because if we have to discuss whether compulsory voting itself is important for Japan or not, the resolution sentence must be, Japan should introduce compulsory voting. Just it. Therefore, 3. Today, what affirmative and negative have to do is to discuss the unique merits and demerits of introducing compulsory voting uniquely in national elections. 4. Today, affirmative showed the desirability of increasing the voting rate, or making many people vote in national elections. But if it is true, we should introduce compulsory voting in every election, such as local elections, because the same solvency can be achieved. 5. At that time, affirmative fails to show the unique desirability of compulsory voting in national elections. Hence, they fail to affirm today's resolution, but affirm a different resolution, which is Japan should introduce compulsory voting. Visa point example. 1. If I say we should go to the USJ, then you would wonder why USJ is desirable. Then, if I tell you because USJ is fun, I can show the desirability of my statement. 2. However, if I say we should go to the USJ in October, you would wonder why uniquely October is desirable. Even if I say, because USJ is fun, you cannot know the desirability of my statement because you keep wondering why uniquely October is good. However, if I answer because Halloween night in USJ is fun, then you can understand the desirability of my statement. That is, we should go to USJ in October. 3. Like this, one specification is included in the resolution. Affirmative has to show the unique desirability of the action. Otherwise, we cannot understand if the action is really desirable. Then go to topicality. Topicality is a point interpretation. 1. Introduce means to put something into use, operation, or place for the first time. Please look at evidence number T1, underlying sentences. Visa point violation. 1. Under status quo, Japan's public offices election law determines that people who have the right to vote have to participate in the election. Please look at evidence number T2. Therefore, 2. In Japan, compulsory voting is already being introduced with a law. So today's resolution cannot be true, because we cannot put compulsory voting into use for the first time, hence violation. C sub-point impact. Topicality is an absolute voter for the negative, because of 2 reasons. The first reason, if affirmative plan is non-topical, it becomes counterplan. At that time, only non-topical counterplan deny the desirability of resolution. Hence, vote for negative. The second reason, if affirmative plan is non-topical, affirmative fails to achieve their task to submit a topical plan and make a fundamental base to start the debate game. Therefore, you should not vote for the affirmative. Then please go to, affirmative observation. So, as for affirmative observation, we saw point 2. They said shall impose fine or something. However, I show the other. So, if so, only taking compulsory voting has no solvency. But even only the fine system can get the solvency. At that time, affirmative fails to affirm the resolution by showing the desirability of compulsory voting, because they just show the desirability of a fine system. 3. Then I show minor repair shall take only fine system. Thanks to this minor repair, we can capture all of advantage. 4. This minor repair is surely non-topical, because there are some countries which introduce compulsory voting without enforcement. Therefore, we can conclude that just setting voting as a compulsory action, we can say it is introduction of compulsory voting. Please look at evidence number T3. Underline sentence.
Time.
Thank you.
Cross-examination time for the affirmative. Start.
May I ask?
Sure.
Firstly, as for the topicality,
Yes.
maybe you show 2 violations. No. Only 1.
Yes.
Okay. And then check the content of evidence T2. Maybe your assumption is evidence T2 indicates that even under status quo, compulsory voting is made also. Okay. And then check the subject of this sentence. This sentence says each elector must go to the polling also. Why can you say this evidence show force all the people to go to vote? Maybe this shows just the way of voting. For example, if you want to go to vote, you have a only way, like voting the polling.
If so, this sentence can be each elector can choose or something, right?
There are two kinds of people under seventh class, each electors and non-electors. If so, the sentence should be both electors and non-electors must go to the polling also. If so, it can be topical. However, why can you say from this evidence, like each elector, it's already introduced?
Because this evidence says each elector must go to the polling place, right? So that like must, because compulsory voting has the,
Okay. Crucial point is that force people to do something in the must level or in the duty. It can be topical because it's compulsory.
No. Our crucial point is that because there is the Article 44, you cannot say as a for the first time because our
Okay, I can understand that point. Maybe as for each electors, the duty is given. Hence, already topical. Already introduced.
Yeah, it says each elector must go to the polling place. Right?
Okay. Then go to observation. Free system, fine system, only fine system also. And what is the reason of non-topicality? Maybe the judges do not have the time to check the evidence. Hence, please tell me in the logic level.
The logic level. Okay, so firstly, compulsory voting is the action to go forced to go voting, right? So it is the compulsory voting, and what you're trying to say is that introduce compulsory voting, then introduce a fine system or something, right? So that like introduce fine system itself is not the compulsory voting. So that like there is non-topical action, right?
And then, check the T3 content. Also, 22 countries have compulsory voting, only 11 enforce it. What this evidence support your argument?
So this evidence is talking that there are many countries in the world that do in the compulsory voting, right?
Okay, so if so, maybe only 11 enforce it. So for 11 countries, this is the compulsory voting with punishment is called the compulsory voting, right? For the 11 countries. Why can you say you should prioritize 22 countries rather than 11?
So firstly, in the in logic level, because you say that.
Okay, I can understand in the logic level, but the actual usage or actual situation is here in the T3, right? Okay, I check it out.
Okay.
Go to negation. Negation. For the negation, we have to show the clear desirability of taking the resolution, taking the affirmative plan in the national election.
Yes.
Sorry time. Declaration time for the affirmative.